One area of our business where we impact the local communities pretty heavily.
For the finest in vinyl siding, rain gutters, overhangs, storm and replacement windows, even patios and decks, trust in the experts at Ultimate Siding and Gutters. In addition to being licensed and insured, our technicians are also friendly and courteous, performing hassle-free service and installation at affordable rates. Plus, we provide free estimates for commercial and residential structures. Our entire staff will exceed your expectations. For the ultimate in siding, gutters, and much more, call Ultimate Siding and Gutters today.
One area of our business where we impact the local communities pretty heavily is the school systems. So we work for school systems all over the northern part of the state of New Jersey. We operate their water systems, their wastewater systems. We do a lot of their permitting and compliance work, and we ensure that the water that the kids drink is clean. We go out and do the sampling to ensure that it's not contaminated. And we also treat the wastewater that's being generated at a lot of these facilities as well before it gets discharged to the environment. So we are supporting the local community through supporting the boards of education and the local school systems.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Simtrax Broadcasting. We are here on this fine Wednesday night here with the Racing Revolution, and now we arrive here at Richmond Raceway, definitely a 1 mile track here in Virginia. Been to it personally. Very odd track, I've got to admit. Many lines can be taken here, but only one will find the winner to the finish line here tonight. You can see guys dive toward the bottom. A lot of guys slide maybe toward the top of the wall, depending on how these track rubbers up at all. And it's going to be very difficult, especially with guys even coming in and off pit road. We may see some of our guys go ahead and get the All About Barrels award coming about into the pit road area. Joining me alongside me tonight is Stellar. I appreciate you joining me here at Richmond, and talk to me a little about this 1 mile track and kind of what these guys are probably running into out here.
Well, first of all, it's a 3/4 mile track.
Oh man.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, we've got a 64-foot wide D-shaped oval with our turns looking at having a 14-degree banking. Nice part is the front stretch is also banked at 8 degrees and the back at 2 degrees. Tonight, guys, the pit road speed is 40 miles per hour, so watch yourself as you're slinging in there. Also, the pit road is 64 feet wide, which is going to give you a lot of room to come in there 3 wide, but not a lot of room when you hit your pit stall. Also, those pit stalls are concrete, so watch your slipping and sliding.
All right. Well, that'll definitely be there. We'll talk a little bit about the Big O Foundation here tonight when we head into the race here. But we guys are getting finished up qualifying here, and for this track being so difficult, they're going to have so much speed coming off the front stretch, trying to sling into turn number 1 and not as much speed into 3. It's actually, you'll notice guys will be dive bombing there a little bit and having a decent run. The key is getting enough of a run out of 4, and a couple of drivers are looking to get some solid speed on that. Is Jeremy Burns, who did end up getting the pole here tonight. I'm showing I have about 27 drivers that are going to take behind the wheel tonight, but we'll see if they lock and load here in just a moment. Right now, I want to show you guys what we've got in store for you tonight here at Richmond Raceway. 200 laps. I'm hoping this will be a lot cleaner than what we saw at New Hampshire. Race control will be in the booth right behind Barney out there. Third stage will be at lap 35, 5 sets of tires down pit, and of course, no fast repairs. With that 103-degree track temperature, the key is these guys will be fast at the beginning, but who can hold the rubber on the wheel the longest? As these tires will shred off heading into each and every lap. It's going to be ever so critical. These guys have got to keep the car on the track. They can't be sliding around, but that is going to be extremely hard to do here. These guys are going to be having a hard time staying stuck, but a couple of drivers right now, top 5, are looking pretty sharp out there, and the name you would not expect is probably messed up out there during qualifying. But let's talk a little bit about what we've got for our starting grid tonight. Jeremy Burns and Logan Romney will be starting in the front row. Man, Logan Romney returning back to the circuit now has a front row spot. Nick Alves will be sitting third next to Alex Forget. Good for Performance Motorsports, getting at least row 2 start. Caleb Gilbert will be starting 5th next to Tay McDonald. James Loveland and Justice Murphy rounding out row 3 and 4. On to 5 moves us to Trevor Keith in the 15 machine. Travis Gilbert in the 22 machine starting 10th. John Fike will be in the number 10 car tonight, starting 11th. And Michael Bennett. You're going to notice, and we'll talk a little bit about it here, as you see Michael Bennett, you're used to seeing in the 14 machine, riding in the 48 tonight, which would be Parker Johnston's number, but Parker's changed his number as well, as you see him sitting down there in that 23rd spot. But Wayne Lowe, Brandon Dunford, Jacob Sirkovich, and Robert Rader with an outside top 15 start for him. Trevor Earhart as well starting 17th, with Matthew Robinson starting on the outside. Grant Thorpe 19th, Kevin Orlando is 20th. That brings Zach Hanna and Chris Schaefer 21st and 22nd. Parker Johnston is 23rd with Nick Shell 24th. Finishing out the last of the field, Devin Hudgens. Very slow time there out of the 84 machine. He's going to have a lot of work to do here starting this. I'm not sure. It shows he may be starting from pit. I know he's been having some packet losses and some connection issues. Hopefully he is going to straighten that out here, Stella. But that looks like Grant Turner will be starting in the 26th position. And Daniel Holloway, the Candyman, back row. So he's going to have a lot of fighting to do, maybe a little Graceland shootout kind of feeling to it, as they'll have the entire field to try to pass here to get back onto the main, back up to the top. I completely expect to see Daniel Holloway kind of get about that 12th position here, but he's going to need some solid times out here to be fast and to have consistency. Pace car is off. Barney in the flag booth. We're getting ready for this one. And here we go. Right now, Jeremy Burns and Nick Alves sitting 1 and 2. Logan Romney a little slow on that restart here. And we've got guys already sliding in the back. No caution. Good thing, because I can't stand when we start off a yellow fever. Nick Alves is taking the lead here very, very quickly in the Coastal Financial number 24 Chevrolet. Down to the bottom he goes. But Jeremy Burns has been spending a lot of time riding the high line all practice and during qualifying as well. Man, Nick Alves, man, fast time for him already with a 27:59 to start this race here. Fantastic job by Nick Alves. Jeremy Burns sitting second. Logan Romney drops to third. Caleb Gilbert moves up one position as they slide by Alex Forget. Forget having some trouble out of his number 19 Toyota, starting on the outside, trying to see if he can pull it down. but it looks like the ever so famous James Loveland in the O2 machine kind of sticking it there, not letting him get any area where he can move his way on down. Looking at kind of from the spotter area here, Stellar, you see how Alex Forget finally gets a little room there and is able to wedge in front of James Loveland to secure his 5th spot. But look at Tay McDonald in the 26 machine kind of sliding on through there, getting a good bit of speed. I'm waiting to see if, if this kind of, the fast entries like this are going to cause any problems later on in the run.
Yeah, I would look at the fact that he was sending it on the outside. If somebody had made any kind of a quick move or decision there, we would have had one of those dreaded cautions.
Yeah, right now we do have a dreaded caution out there already. Not sure what happened. I'm showing possibility of Daniel Holloway may have been in some trouble out there. We'll see if Holloway ended up spinning out here. See if we can take a peek of it from the outside. Not saying it is him. I'm not showing fingers pointing. Oh, dude.
It's up much further, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we see it around the Michael Bennett area. Let's see if we can take another look at it. Oh, we are 3 wide. Trevor Keith on the outside. I think that's Grant Thorpe on the bottom. Oh, yes. Thorpe gets into the apron and can't regather. Bennett in the back of him. Schaefer to finish it off. Kevin Orlando squeezes out. And that brought out a caution. Boy, you got to admit, at least short tracks, you're going to have some bent panels tonight. But hopefully not critical damage here tonight. It would take a massive amount of damage to destroy these cars here at Richmond. Not a whole lot of speed. They're able to gather up to about that 130 mile an hour mark. Daniel Holloway, Grant Thorpe, and Grant Turner coming down pit. But there's a fancy new rule that they have here, Stella, that if some of these guys get some cautions out here, they cause more than 2, I believe, or if they cause 2. Regardless, they're going to start getting rid of some of this, which is what Terry Earhart out there is saying, hey, Patrick, I heard all the drivers had to get a yellow fever vaccination before they could race tonight. I would love to know where to get one of those vaccinations. I got a few other leagues that might need 4 or 5 shots for that. But it's definitely, this league is here with the Racing Revolution has really been collecting a lot of cautions lately. I've got to admit, I know some people out there are saying, hey, where's the Racing Revolution that we know and love? These guys running, 200 laps with only 3. But, look, if you kind of fade it back a little bit, last time we were at Richmond here, Stella, we had at least 10. I mean, I believe there were 10 lead changes, 4 different leaders, I believe. So it wasn't too bad. It's it's always increasing and getting better. But with new faces here, I've got to admit, everybody thinks they know everybody. And even the veteran drivers say, hey, man, I remember he's not so good between 3 and 4. And they test it, but have found out somebody's been practicing.
Yeah, that would be my biggest thing is these guys need to probably get together, do the small practice sessions during the week, and get to know more of their team's strengths, get to know the other guys' strengths, and maybe we can run a little cleaner.
Oh, yeah. Well, looks like Nick Alves, after the choose cone rule, decides to take the bottom. This moves Jeremy Burns out of the front row as it puts Logan Romney on the outside. He didn't seem to have a whole lot of luck on his initial start here tonight. Now, drivers have only had about 6 laps under green on these tires. They're going to have a lot of work to do to get back on this one. Everybody's still on the lead lap here, Stella. Grant Thorpe is actually dead last in this one. He's going to have to work his way back to the front. But let's see if this one's any cleaner on this start, as the accordion normally starts here in the back with Trevor Earhart is.
Yeah, look at Nick Alves. He had a wonderful takeoff on that green flag restart.
Yeah, that they did. He's already out to a 3/10 lead over top of Romney. I'm trying to keep an eye here on Justice Murphy. It looks like there's something going on between Wayne Lowe and John Fike. Right now, communism can't be the one to blame here. Right now, with Wayne Lowe on the inside with a top 10 run here so far. Up 5, sitting 8th. Right now, Caleb Gilbert is 5th. Caleb was a little nervous about his run here tonight. He said, man, if he's not able to tack up and get fast out there, he doesn't know if he's going to be a burden to the drivers out there. But so far, so good. His best time tonight, although not many laps have been run, is a 23 seconds flat, and I'm sure he's looking to beat that. We are already starting to go 3 wide again back here in the Jacob Circovich area. Trevor Earhart already on the bottom of that mix-up here, and Travis Gilbert. Travis Gilbert, good to see that number 22 machine, still doing a fantastic job every time he comes out here. Just got to stay out of the trouble. But we're looking at Travis Gilbert kind of following that Robert Rader line, and Rader already up 5 positions, about to break into the top 10 here already.
Yeah, that might be the line to run, at least for a while, until these tires get broken in.
Yeah, no sense of getting broken in as Alves is out to over a half-second lead. Woo. And Earhart loose, doing everything he can to wrangle that car back together. He's having a heck of a time trying to keep his car alive out here. And remember what I was saying earlier, the tires are going to be the biggest key. Some would say fuel mileage. Right now, if you are sliding around and unable to stay tacked up, you're wasting your time. You're just going to keep falling back. So Earhart, you see him slipping around already, doing a little jerk there again, having some trouble. So let's see if Earhart can kind of calm it down just a hair and figure out what's going on with his race car. Taking a look off the backside of him now. Matthew Robinson was working around Trevor Keith and Kevin Orlando, not too shabby, as Robinson has now moved up 3 positions. Kevin Orlando, another spot for him. He moves underneath Trevor Keith. Keith realizing he is in the worst spot on the track, as he's now lost 8 positions here so far, but a lot of work to do. And as early as it is into this race, Stella, you would think, I got plenty of laps. These laps are ticking away, less than 30 seconds per lap.
I like that. It's not close to the record of an in-lap race, which is 21.8 seconds, but I'll take it.
Oh, yeah. Taking a look at Parker Johnston. We see him there in the 14 Chevrolet now. Definitely a number switch up here tonight, and we'll talk about the Big O Foundation and definitely some suicide prevention options out there for some of you guys if things going on. I know mental awareness needs to be kind of taken into account. Right now, these guys mentally and physically prepared for this race here tonight, as Matthew Robinson is getting ready to get a load full of inside wall there, but it looks like he may have saved it. No caution is out. Let's take a quick look back at that again. Kevin Orlando looks like he's getting to the inside, but no touchies until right there.
Yep, and a checkup, and everybody is splendid.
Yeah, little nudge there by Kevin Orlando. You can't blame him. I can't bring the car to a complete stop, so just send him on around and get on through. So unfortunately, the Simtrax #1 Chevrolet going to be in the back of the field here, but we'll see him return back to the front, I am sure of it. Let's get back up front where Justice Murphy is, as he's driving through the smoke that was just put out there by Robinson. Rader sitting right behind him, following behind Travis Gilbert, though. Travis Gilbert, the 22 machine. Fike has dropped down to 12th, so right now, good battles here all over the track. Al's starting to lose a little bit of headway that he had before. Half a second has been cut down to 3/10, so we'll rotate up front here in just a little bit to see if anything's going to happen. But right now, we're keeping an eye on Justice Murphy, getting a left mirror full here on the inside with Robert Rader. Rader trying to take a huge shot here, and I think he's going to get him. Right now, this is looking fantastic, Stella. Right now, as you can see, Rader's got a fantastic angle. I think he's going to be able to overtake him here if Justice can't get a good launch out of some of these turns.
Boy, I think he might be trying to door draft. Ouch. And that was a little too close.
Yeah, kind of watching right off the left rear quarter panel here. Rader is pushing him. So I think Rader's going to drop to the bottom here. That might try giving another shot. Justice going to squeeze him down to the paint. Oh, man, this is beautiful. Excellent shot right here as Justice Murphy trying to hold him off. Right now, Rader just seems too strong, unable to squeeze on by, but Justice still holding him to it. Trying to see if he can get back to the inside as Rader has gotten the shot. Still has the bumper on him, though. Unable to get it. And Travis Gilbert sliding around up front and having a huge amount of trouble. And Justice Murphy, oh yeah, giving it right back to him. He says, man, you bent me up. I'm going to give you a little shot. Justice Murphy pays for it, though, as he loses a spot back to Fike. So Justice Murphy's lost 3 positions, knocking him outside the top 10 here. Stella already, just to get in the top 10, we got guys trying to kill each other.
We do, but yeah, I think it was good. He got loose. He let off the gas a tad. Earhart behind him was paying attention, and we had no casualties.
Alrighty, new leader is Alice Forget. We're going to take a look back at how he passed Nick Alves here. because remember, we kind of were watching to see if Logan Romney was going to be able to get him here. And Alex Forget, just watch this, right on around. So to me, the short track king has now taken over, up 3 positions in his Toyota, and he blows on past. Excellent job there by Alex Forget. I always wonder during passing here at Richmond, Stella, a lot of guys kind of do the bump and run. They give each other a nudge and then move on to the next driver, pushing them into the turn. I've seen it happen before in the late model series is more where you see it. But guys aren't really touching and pushing each other to pass. Everybody's just getting a good lineup and then sliding underneath.
Yeah, that's, I know the whole rubbing is racing, but I think the races can be done with a steering wheel and a gas and a brake.
Yeah.
Just fine.
All right, let's see if we can find a battle out there where I believe Kevin Orlando trying to see if he can get a hold of John Fike here. Kevin Orlando has gained just about the most positions on the track. Daniel Holloway, the only one to do more than that, as he sits 19th. We're taking a look at Kevin Orlando battling for 13th. See, just can't seem to get around Fike here. Fike right now sitting in the number 10 machine. Oh,
no.
Man. Gets a nice shot there by Jacob Sirkovich. He wasn't happy with his turn entry and rotating through center of the turn, so he lets him know about it. Starring Machine has to get a little more spunk underneath the wheel here to get going. Jacob Sirkovich is now, after the checkup, is now under fire by Trevor Keith. Keith still on the roll back here, down 7, sitting 16th. Parker Johnston up 7, sitting 16th. So right now, still a battle for that 16th position. That seems to be a hot commodity out here still.
Yeah, I guess right in the middle there. It's not at the end, so you don't feel heartbreak. It's not up front, so you don't get pressure. Yeah, just kind of hanging out.
Oh, yeah, Trevor Keith loses a little bit of traction there. Let's rotate back up front where I believe Raider is trying to work around Wayne Lowe. Lowe having some connection problems. We see him blinking a couple of times, but I can assure you our race control Ted Wreckage has got his eyeballs on that 34 machine. Trying to see if they can get a little something going here. Too bad we can't see Wreckage in the 00 Hennessy machine. Unfortunately, I believe that gas pedal is down, so normally I would much rather the gas pedal one be a cinder block than my clutch leg, but let's keep her on going. Right now, battle for 8th. Looks like Raider might have it here, but Wayne Lowe's still holding it. But that's the thing. Raider's kind of wearing these guys down. He's not hanging up there. I would like to see him rotate up and start squeezing him to the wall, which that's exactly what he does there. Holds it up, gets the more favorable line here, and no longer is he having to stick the nose in there. He'll have a fantastic angle, and he'll be able to pull on through this turn. But Forget getting the biggest lead here of the night of about 9/10 of a second out in front of his teammate Nick Alves, and Jeremy Burns is sitting in a comfortable 3rd.
Yeah, it's looking good with the guys up front. They're maintaining. They've got their line. They got enough space in between them. They should be able to keep this run for a while.
Yeah, looking to see if Tay McDonald can get more of a run. We're more looking at the number 26 Ford. Right now, the top 10 riddled by Fords up here at the front, but we are led by one of the only Toyotas out here. Brandon Dunford and Zach Hanna, the only ones to have the Toyota. Moving on to the 26. There he goes. Tay McDonald underneath Logan Romney. Romney had a fast qualifying time, but right now race isn't holding up strong for him. Tay McDonald still doing a great job here, moving his way up. But I questioned earlier here in the race, can Tay McDonald hold this speed for the entirety of this race? We've seen Tay be very fast. We've seen him hold it. And the only track I've seen where he's actually dominated and had a heck of a chance to win it there at the end. That's the key, at the end. Tay McDonald's got it for 3/4 of the race, but always seems to either burn the tires up, run out of fuel, or get in too much trouble out there. But it was Atlanta. And Atlanta is how that win came to him after Kevin Orlando had it. The win was given to Tay McDonald, and he has the spot into the playoffs. But Tay has been trying time and time again to battle through this. And I've got to admit, I think it was Pocono. I think we saw Tay McDonald kind of hit his rock bottom.
Yeah, he's definitely has an up and down. Looks bad as the stock market.
Yeah. Out right now, Tay McDonald, not too bad, sitting 4th. That moves us to Logan Romney out here. Romney's still trying to get some work done. I believe we should have, Logan Romney on. I think we got maybe. There he is. Check that out. New face on camera here tonight. Logan Romney and the number 3 Chevrolet out there. Trying to stay out in front of Caleb Gilbert, and we are under caution. And take a guess why.
Why?
Stage. Haha, you were nervous.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Shame on me. I was digging the race, boy.
All right, Chuck Fletcher out there in the chat. Appreciated you joining here tonight. Always a pleasure to have you here. So he's saying, good evening, Simtrax. Sounding great as always and keeping up the great work. Yeah, man, we try to make it look our best out here. As we come to our first stage break here of the night, Alice Forget gets the stage win. Not too shabby there by the 19 machine, who's also been bottoming out. Strong early in the season and has been bottoming out since, but right now, tonight might be his night to turn it around. Remember Dover, he had a chance.
Yes.
About got the barrel award, and right now he is going to be looking to turn that around. Short tracks are his forte for Alice Forget, and I can't wait to see if he can squeeze out a win here and take this away. I mean, with a commanding lead. But so far, with the lead he was able to pull over Nick Alves, that shows me Alice Forget is a long-run driver. He's got a long time before those tires heat up, and then he turns on the afterburners and takes off. But pit road heating up here, Stella, looking pretty good. I'm waiting to see. I would probably guess everybody 4 tires and fuel here on this stop.
Oh, I'd say definitely. Unless they're trying to do some kind of strategy to get ahead, I just can't see why it would not be 4.
All right, Alice Forget with a fantastic launch there. You got to admit, nice having a nice pole position here for Jeremy Burns there in the front. As you see, he was able to take off super fast, gained a couple positions. Well, at least one there, getting over top of Nick Alves here. Now, Stella, we still got the choose cone rule here. So Jeremy Burns may decide to get behind Alice Forget on the inside line, and that'll put Alves back up to second. But biggest mover here of the race, and I've got to say, gutsy call, the 21 machine of Trevor Earhart. Right now with a 9.82 pit stall time. He is the only one who's taken only 2 tires.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like the call. He's switching it up here. Devin Hudgens is still down pit, about a minute down there, so he may be fighting some damage in the 84 machine. And right now, Matthew Robinson still sitting 26th. He's got some work to do, but definitely may still have the opportunity to battle it on back. I'm showing John Fike may have had some trouble out there.
Take a look at Holloway. He's moved up, just as you called it, too, to 19th.
Yeah, he's working on it. He's trying to get through the field. I got to admit, definitely a newcomer. He didn't press here, but showing Fike may have had some trouble out here. I don't know what happened. It's saying he wrecked. Huh. Okay, maybe he's having to wait for the rest of the line to go through, and he's having to serve something here in the back, sitting 26th. Uh-oh.
Yeah, maybe race control gave him an EOL.
Possibly. He stopped in the middle of the track, though. All right, Debbie Smith out there saying, "Let's go, Burns." We'll see if Jeremy Burns can pull off a win here. I know he wants another one. He's been long time due for another one, especially with the frequency he's been doing it. All right.
Well,
Pace car off, Stella.
ready?
Oh, yeah. Barney in the flag booth. And green flag, Alice Forget, outside line. Love the call. He'll be able to have the nice swing down into 1, being able to jam Jeremy Burns, who wants to take the run, but he's not going to get it. Right now, drivers side by side all the way back as 1, 2, 3, and now 4 sit single file. But right now, I want to take a look at Tay McDonald, who's under fire by Logan Romney. Romney trying to bring his race back, having a terrible run here. He started in the front, but he can't seem to get back up there. A couple of drivers stuck in his way. He's going to be working on that. But Tay McDonald, 5th, looking for 4th. Now Nick Alves, dang, man, he ain't getting it this time. So far, Nick Alves not happy with those cold tires. He's going to be dealing with some damage here, as we already see a little bit of smoke coming out of the drive. Yeah, Tay McDonald, hold on to it.
Oh.
No caution. Brings it
Little
on back.
And we're good to go.
Keep on going. That means right now Trevor Earhart slides up to the 3rd position. 14 positions gained for that gentleman right there in the Chevrolet. Not too shabby. That moves Nick Alves back into 4th. He'll be under fire here momentarily by Travis Gilbert if he can't figure out how to get out in front of him. Gilbert's got a heck of a line here, but Alves kind of maybe waiting it out and seeing what his teammate did, as his teammate pulled away no problem. And Caleb Gilbert sitting 6th. Logan Romney's now dropped to 7th. Wayne Lowe is in 8th, and Raider sitting 9th. Not too good, not too bad there. Raider moving up 7. breaking into the top 10 here, and James Loveland finishing out the top 10 there so far. We were talking earlier about Fords having it this time. Now it is all Chevys. Jeremy Burns' Ford, Gilbert's Ford, both of them, Travis and Caleb, and Robert Rader are the only ones with them in the top 10. Alex Forget's Toyota still doing a great job, holding out by about a quarter of a second, but can he outrun Jeremy Burns? Burns learned a little bit in the last stage, and he saw what he did. So does Burns turn it on a little bit more? Does he sit back just a little bit more? Burns, I guarantee you, is following along in the footsteps of Alex Forget here, trying to see if he can offset drive the way he's doing now. So the Mountain Man, they always say there's no mountain too high to climb for this guy. He's able to sit back, learn how his drivers run, and he's going to do the exact same thing. But we'll check and see. I always kind of keep an eye out there, fella, to see if any sort of issues kind of ensue with these guys. If any sort of power shifting, dropping it down a gear and trying to pull off. But Alex Forget seems to have this thing on a rail. He is blowing out of this field as he's almost stretched out to about a half second. Jeremy Burns still trying to see if he can see if he can catch him here, but it just doesn't seem he's gaining any headway on him.
No, but it is early. The way I look at it, he doesn't need to be out front right now. He can let Alex do the shaking the trees, and he can easily rake the leaves.
All right, well, we'll check and see how a couple of guys who may be raking some leaves. I'm showing Nick Shell may have ended up off the track here. I don't know if something happened. Ooh. No, Nick Shell.
Oof.
He has damage.
Yes.
Crap.
Take a look at Holloway. I also saw he was made some.
Oh, hold on a second. We are under caution.
Oh, never mind.
We're under caution. Grant Turner and John Fike. While we were looking, unfortunately, Nick Shell ended up turning up here. Let me see. Oh, Fike with a pretty good run here. Oh, wow.
Wait. Oh. Who was sideways?
I think Grant Turner was sideways.
How did he manage that?
Now, let's see if we can take another peek at it from another angle. Oop. Oop.
Well, that would be
That
how.
little clip there with Schaefer. Boom. Fike gets him.
Fike still rolling, or did it take out a toe link on the right?
Let's see. See if I can get the drone out there. Oof. That wasn't good either.
No. Okay. It's not fighting it.
No, we'll see if I can find a cockpit view and see if that wheel's straight. He might still be okay. He might still be alive.
Good deal.
All right, so if you want to talk about a few things that might shuffle some things up, we got pit stops happening. I don't know what in the world is going on out here. Showing Tay McDonald might be having a problem out there on the track.
My heavens. Yeah, don't know why he came down, but maybe Fike is having issues steering and just couldn't avoid him. But that was a pretty wicked clink.
Yeah, worst part is it doesn't look good when something like that happens here. I can't for sure say what happens here.
Maybe he was just headed in for pit and his spotter didn't tell him that Fike was there?
Yeah. Tay may have been trying to change up his tires or something, but I don't 100% know out there. And maybe they'll try to straighten this out a little bit. Maybe we'll try to get something here. I know we shouldn't poke, but we're gonna poke. Let me see if I can find Ted Wreckage here. Ted, you got a copy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, I know you're probably directing a few things. I want to grab a little piece of it for you for a second. Any idea what happened back there with John Fike and Tay McDonald?
Tay was 7 mile an hour off pace. He said he was worried about the car in front of him, but after reviewing, it looks like he has a gap, but that's his driver preference. But we already nipped it in the butt.
You the man. All right, appreciate it, Ted.
Anytime, guys.
Bud.
All right.
Nip it in the bud. not nipping butts here.
Oh, man. Boy. Well, a couple of drivers not happy about that. Alice
No.
Forget, the 19. He's going to be a little bit ticked off on that one. But Stella, tonight we are sponsored by the OS 14 Memorial 200 here tonight. And I'm hoping you can tell me a little something about this, about the Big O Foundation here.
I can. It was basically set up because of a gentleman by the name of Owen Eugene Skelly, who was born on April 14th, 2006 in Burlington, Iowa. Very active, very kind young man, into sports, and unfortunately he was having a bit of trouble with his mental health, but it was absolutely unknown to everyone else, even those in his closest inner circle. Owen is remembered for many characteristics, but having a big part in putting others ahead of himself are at the top. He was a most loving, hardworking, and determined young man. Thus, they've created the Big O Foundation, and their mission is to serve and support children, teenagers, and their families that are facing mental health challenges. We share, Owen's story up on the Big O Foundation website. And the resources that they do collect are used to keep Owen's light shining by giving back to the community and spreading awareness about mental illness and suicide. So you can donate to the Big O Foundation by Visa, by check. If you do pay by check, you're looking at sending it in to 2533 Sunny Lawn Drive in Burlington, Iowa, 52601. They have a Venmo access, which is at the-big-o-foundation. There's also the website in it's gone at the bottom of the screen.
BigOFoundation.org. All right, well, we are back under caution here. Appreciate you giving a shout-out out there. I'm sure a couple of drivers out here, especially Parker Johnston, would like to give a shout-out for his friend out there who, unfortunately, his life has been lost. Moving on, a couple of drivers got a lot of damage here. Looks like already a shot there from Wayne Lowe into Parker Johnston. We were looking here, but this starts kind of everywhere. This is a look at Brandon Dunford. Problems kind of happened there, and also I saw the number 23 of Christopher Schaefer ended up in some troubles back here on that yellow flag as they were 3 wide. Taking a look, gets in the back of the Candyman. Daniel Holloway, just a little damage there to that left rear. They keep it straight here, but man. Yeah, just guys trying to go for the same piece of real estate here and not having any luck. Actually staying straight and trying not to kill each other here, so they've got to be... I gotta be pretty careful out there on the track. Stella.
Yes.
We got a few things happening out there in the chat. Terry Earhart said the red rims on the 26th threw him for a loop. Definitely thought it was a brake rotor glowing earlier. Timmy Reyes also has a question. Do they recommend sending cash? And I don't know. I don't know on the mail. It might not be a good idea.
Yeah, it would be best. The closest way to cash would be sending in a check payable to the Big O Foundation. Other than that, electronics. It's always been not recommended that you send cash in the mail.
Okay. All right. Little shuffle up here in the top 10. Alice Forget, Jeremy Burns, Trevor Earhart, 1, 2, and 3. Travis and Caleb Gilbert's in 4 and 5. Nick Alves has dropped down to 6th. That puts him battling out there next to Robert Rader and Logan Romney, who these guys were originally up there. Nick Alves and Romney there in the top 3. James Loveland sitting 9th, and Justice Murphy, not too shabby here, sitting 10th. We'll see after the choose cone rule if that remains, and see if Justice Murphy can keep going here. No problem out of him so far. You saw him was getting banged around there a good little bit there with Robert Rader. Rader trying to give him a little something to think about, and we'll talk a little bit about the points and the cutoff area. I know a lot of guys are trying to stay above, and I believe Justice Murphy is above it, but it's getting pretty close. And we remember him skating a little bit last year until the very end of the season where he was able to squeeze away 2 wins and take off. Justice Murphy does sit 10th in the points. Trevor Keith is 11th. Matthew Robinson is 12th. Michael Bennett 13th. Alice Forget is 14th. And now we get to the cutoff line because it's only 16. Jacob Sirkovich and Jeffrey Israel. And Israel squeaking by 3 points. That's
pretty tight.
That's close. So he's got to be careful. But let's get this back underway here. Green flag. Justice Murphy back crunching up over top of that wheel. Does not want this thing to get away from him as the All About Bugs Chevrolet is on the outside. Wayne Lowe taking a piece on the inside. Justice Murphy able to keep it solid here. I'm waiting to see if Jeremy Burns has got anything for Alice Forget. No issues here. Travis Gilbert trying to get underneath Caleb. No relation between these two. As Travis Gilbert right now in that 22 Ford rolling on through. So far so good. Up 6 positions, but still biggest movers. Trevor Earhart sitting in front of him. But Stella, just looking at it here, is that 21 machine and that 2-tire call making the difference here?
Well, it sure gave him an advantage getting out of the pits, but we will see, I think, in the long run. No.
Definitely keeps going on here. I'm looking to see where Robert Rader is. There we go, up 10. Already battling next to another teammate here, trying to see if he can get around him. Right now, Caleb's still holding that bottom line. They were talking earlier during practice. It is not where he wants to be. Rader going to have definitely a little bit of room here, but he's got a lot of drivers hungry to get around that 53 machine. Caleb Gilbert is on the bottom. James Loveland and Alf side by side behind him. But already, taking a look at Rader under fire, I think that's where I'm getting tangled up here, is I am looking at Trevor Earhart might be losing 3rd position here to Travis Gilbert. Gilbert been on a roll as of late. We haven't talked a whole lot about Travis Gilbert, but so far so good. He is still on a roll, and because I put the camera on him, he fumbled her out of 4. He is down into the infield. Unfortunately, this is going to hurt him. Down to 21st position. And
now we have a caution. That was ugly.
I can tell you somebody who's not going to be happy is the Candyman.
No.
He probably has that same face right now.
Yeah. Can only see part of it. But trust me, that's a frowny.
5th caution here of the night, 4 of them unscheduled. Let's take a look back at Daniel Holloway and see what happened here as Travis Gilbert was entering back on the track. Oh, I wonder if he got nervous, rolled up into Bennett.
Yep, he came up to avoid it. Yep. Ouch.
Yeah. Although I can't blame him. I mean, that was...
and Brandon Dunford just, he was unavoidable too.
Yeah, let's see if I can take a shot from the inside here. Yeah, when that's all you see and the guy's starting to move toward you, you do want to give him some room because you don't know if something's wrong, if he has a mechanical issue, if he's coming back on. Sometimes guys try to get back up to speed before they come back on the track. I'm not saying Travis Gilbert wasn't working on getting up to speed, but it may have, when you're rolling at 130, 140 miles an hour into one and somebody only cruising about that 70 mile an hour mark, that's not good. That distance closes pretty quick here. So a lot of drivers saw back how Trevor Earhart pit with only 2 tires. Right now, back half of the field has come down, so this is going to kind of shuffle up the field yet again. Christopher Schaefer pitting on lap 50. And John Fike was on 50, but moving on back, actually Kevin Orlando, lap 66. Wayne Lowe, Hudgens, and everybody beyond that has come down pit. Keith McDonald, Robinson, Holloway, Turner's Hannah, Travis Gilbert, Brandon Dunford, Parker Johnston, and Grant Thorpe, who's having a dismal race out here tonight. He is unable to get out of anybody's way, and I'm not saying he's just having some terrible luck here, Stella. I don't know how he's gonna shake this one loose.
Yeah, after watching the other day, I mean, he was cooking. He was leading the race until he wasn't. But it just, I mean, he was always right up there. And now tonight is just not his evening.
Yeah, hopefully it'll turn around. We have yet to even reach the halfway point The 77 Chevrolet going to see if he can get a little something going on here. I thought he might throw it back to the Dollar General and not spoil this paint scheme. I think he's trying to see if he can reach out there just for a little more luck out of the 77 Chevrolet. But Grant Thorpe going to be looking to see if he can fight on back. Unfortunately, sitting back here in the 25th position. He may slide up a couple more spots as drivers coming back down pit. Devin Hudgens in the 84 machine. He is coming back down, looking to see how Hudgens is doing. I believe, yeah, we got a camera for him. There we go. Yeah.
He's a VR driver.
Hey, that also the picture down there, that looks excellent. It looks just like him.
Oh my heavens. That's pretty funny. Maybe he's in witness protection.
Oh, yeah. Well, we may have to talk to Devin Hudgens. I know we went with Jeremy Burns a couple of times for a helmet cam. Now that we've got another guy in VR, that we might be a good idea to take a look at. But you do see his head rotation.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's something I love seeing, like taking a look around and seeing if you can take a peek. Definitely get a good angle of the track out there. So.
And he is a non-gloved driver also.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting when you start seeing what people are and aren't doing, what the trade-offs are. Some guys who are doing it and aren't doing it. I've got to admit, when I was driving out there, I got made fun of because I wore gloves. They're like, "Man, you don't need to wear no gloves. You don't need..." Well, most guys are wearing gloves, and especially when you're out here doing this many laps. So,
is it because of sweaty palms?
Yeah, or just being able to grip the wheel just a little bit better, let it rotate on through. Sometimes your hands will slide, or your if you've got calluses, it'll catch the wheel and it'll allow it to spin freely if you're trying to straighten it up and allow the car to rotate. All right, let's get this one back under green, but it does not look like it's going to happen. It looked like Barney was getting ready to, but we hold out for another caution lap here. I think Alex Forget, he was ready to go, and then what happened? Pace car coming back out onto the track.
Very odd. I know. I thought off they go, and then why aren't they going? And then up comes the yellow flag in the stand. That was very odd.
Yeah. Well, back at it again. I do have to admit, Alex Forget does control the field. So if he wishes to carry it all the way to the end of the restart or not, he could wait all the way to the end and leave it up to Barney to let him go. And try to get that off again. So pace car back down. Here we go again. Guys lining up. Alex Forget going to try to take this one away. Yeah. Great job here. Diving into one. Here they come.
And he's already come down to the inside lane, trying to block out Burns.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely able to pull away. No problems there. Raider has moved up to third position, putting Caleb Gilbert and Trevor Earhart behind him. Earhart still running on that two-tire call here, but a lot of guys have pit earlier here. Well, later on in the race, about lap 66 mark. So guys looking to take different pit strategies has already taken place. So we'll see if how much that takes into effect here, Stella. I don't know if that's going to work out to the best decision. I would love to see if only left side or right side tires would prevail here tonight and be excellent. But right now, I'm watching two guys here sitting 1 and 2, Alex Forget and Burns, no problems. But Loveland and Nick Alves, man, they're really going at it here.
And actually, they've been trying to talking smack about this race off topic.
Hold on a second. James Loveland, what is on the side of his car? His son, Nick, is on the side. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's musket tolls.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But you got to say it right.
Yeah, I know. Well, I got a feeling you've been put up to a bet for me to do it, so I refuse.
Fine.
Yeah, oh, boy. All right. All right, let's see how Michael Bennett's been doing back here in the 48 machine. I don't know if that number's bringing him any luck here tonight. Seeing how he's switched up for Mr. Parker Johnston, who's down there in the 22nd position right now. Trying to see if he can move through this field right now. It's Bennett. His entire track right now, he's not really being contested at all. Remember, I told you Matthew Robinson would literally spin there and ended up not under caution. Has fought himself back to 16th. So great job, good pit call as he came down on 66. So his tires are much fresher, and he might be able to maneuver a little bit better than some of the other guys here on the field. But Wayne Lowe showing that doesn't matter as he came down on lap 66 as well, and it's working for him. Now starting to shuffle up the field. Couple of drivers falling down. Sirkovich's last pit on 37. He's sitting down there in 26. I believe Nick Shell is our only driver. That is a lap, at least 2 laps down out here. And Stella, this is looking pretty wild.
Yeah, in the backfield we had someone going off track into the infield, but no caution.
Yeah, I'm showing Travis Gilbert now sitting down here in 26, so he may have been the one slipping and sliding around. 4 seconds was his last pit stall time there on lap 69, so quick splash of fuel and back out. Sirkovich was holding that 26th position, so that must have been Travis Gilbert exiting the track there, unfortunately. Man, drivers trying to shuffle on through on this one. Let's see if I can find a couple other guys who might be trying to go at it here. Let's see if we can find somebody out there. I'm looking to see Jeremy Burns still sitting second. Now, I got to admit, he's kind of holding on to Alex Forget here. Forget not breaking away this time.
Burns got a little loose. I was just looking at Nick Alves all of a sudden in 11th place when he was right next to Loveland just a moment ago. And Orlando up here, that's a nice move to 9th.
Huh. Yeah, let me see if I can find something on Nick Alves here and see kind of what happened here. I don't know if he's having some trouble staying stuck to the track out there. Here's 6th, there's 7th. Yeah, he's just been battling. He had no problems. He was battling there back on lap 72 with Loveland.
Maybe he got distracted by looking over to his right and seeing himself looking back.
Yeah. Now, as soon as Loveland got him for 6th and Logan Romney got him for 7th, ended up in a bad spot. And then it looks like Justice Murphy got him for 8th, Kevin Orlando 9th, and Tay McDonald was right after that. And there was about a 30-second gap between all those. So Nick Alves just been falling off. No big incidents to report off that. All right, we'll take a little bit less riding along with Alex Forget. Let's see if we can find where Justice Murphy is. At least back where he started. He's next to Logan Romney. These two going at it, not having any problems. Logan Romney, boy, he's almost going up there and scratching that wall off there. No issues. So far, so good here at Richmond. For the OS 14 Memorial 200 here already. Logan Romney still on the roll back. Good pit stall times, but he's unfortunately falling down. Looks like Kevin Orlando might get him here through 3 and 4. Orlando with an excellent rotation through, but Romney's going to have just a little bit better. Half a car length he's got on him now. Romney tries to dive back in, but it looks like Kevin Orlando just has the angle where Romney wants to be. If he's able to scoop on down, he can't. And that's going to put him side by side again. A couple more turns. It looks like Romney might be having to settle here for 9th.
Yeah, that's not a bad settle, but I guess when you start off at next to the pole, it's painful.
All right. Yep, taking a look. Tay McDonald now gets underneath Logan Romney as well. Tay McDonald's been on the roll so far. 66 was the lap he last came in. You see how they're mowing down pretty quick as we enter lap 88. We keep this one going. Stella, we're getting green flag laps, and it's looking pretty good here. We haven't had a caution since lap 65. So maybe these guys have kind of settled down a little bit, but I think we got a battle for the lead as Alex Forget has fallen down to Robert Rader. Rader turning on the afterburners here, and he's going to try to see if he can skirt in the dirt and get away. Up 15 positions is Rader, and away he goes out in front of Alex Forget. Forget may have to get going again here. But remember, all these guys here in the front have identical pit times. All came in on lap 37, at least from position 7th on up. And 7th position owning there to Justice Murphy. And Robert Rader's going to lead some laps now. So starting out there, looks like on lap 88, 89 here is where Rader's going to take over. And Alex Forget's going to be in the chase. Right now, not too bad. I got to admit, I believe Israel is out here tonight, but we are looking at Raider sitting first, Caleb Gilbert sitting fifth, and Jeremy Burns is third. So all odd numbers for the top 5 for the Element X Racing team. Not too bad, and a fantastic turnout for them here early on in the first half of this race.
Oh, yeah. When you said there was a lead change, I looked over and thought, oh, Jeremy Burns is taking over. Then I realized, no, coming up from third so quick was Robert Raider, and it's just flew right past him.
Now, keep in mind, Robert Raider originally qualified back there outside the top 15 here. His pit stall is a lot farther back than these other guys here in the front. Alex Forget, he'll have the fourth pit stall, and Jeremy Burns will have the first pit stall right at the line. But check that out.
Ooh.
Alex Forget, here we go. Slides it into the turn. Boy, hey, he did that at Pocono last year. Can't pull that with Robert Raider here at Richmond this year. Not going to happen. So Alex Forget tries to send it a little heavier in there. Might have to calm down just a little bit as he drops now down to fourth. And right now, Jeremy Burns enjoying that. And now Trevor Earhart trying to hold on. Remember, still, 2-tire call. So Trevor Earhart can't be as gutsy as some of these other guys. But if I'm guarantee you, we're going to see Trevor Earhart get 4 tires on this next stop because he's got to pick up some more speed. I know he's got some more underneath that hood, but he's got the positions now. Now it's time to get a good stop on this next caution to come in and reset that car. So we are led by 2 Fords now, Raider and Burns, that followed up by a Toyota of Alex Forget, Trevor Earhart's Chevrolet, and Caleb Gilbert's Ford to finish out the top 5. Not too shabby here from Element X Racing, still keeping the charge here. Raider and Burns trying to work together during qualifying and practice, how to get fast out here on the turns. Man, this just seems to be working, and this race team, Stella, has really in lockstep here tonight.
Yeah. Well, like we were talking about earlier, practice with your team. Know what their strengths, know what their weaknesses are. I tell you though, Forget, I don't know if I have ever seen door drafting done as successfully as he has been doing tonight. He just all of a sudden shoots out of there, and it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, right now Alex Forget is losing a bunch of positions here. Once you get caught on that outside line or a line you don't feel comfortable with, it's hard to return back. I think Alex Forget may have overheated those tires, and now he's fighting to get back. Caleb Gilbert, huge blink.
Yes.
Right now, we lost him for about the entire front stretch. Eyeballs are on him now, seeing if the 54 machine's going to cause any more trouble. Doesn't seem to be anything left now. Looks like Caleb may be able to stay solid out there. I will admit, we even here in the broadcast area, bring it to you guys, there was a little bit of trouble from iRacing. Only half of it was working between website and UI, so we were able to overcome that and bring you the best picture that we can here tonight. Stella, we are about 1 to 2 laps here away from halfway point. Predictions?
I'm worried that they always say, the give and take is going to be over, and we've been playing so nicely up to this point. I'm worried that we're going to see more cautions. Hopefully they're going to settle in, but I'm afraid we're going to see more.
Yeah, it might be a possibility. I like the way you think. That's probably what I would guess as well. As drivers trying to kind of figure out where this soft spot is. I think everybody kind of sitting on edge, though. The top 6 or 7 here is still not pitting. They're going to have to come in about 30 laps sooner than everybody else. I'm waiting to see when that's going to happen. Raider and Burns may be the ones to show us the way. Right now, it's not looking very good for Alex Forget. I'm sure if he comes down one more time, he's going to come down and see if he can get a fresh set of tires. As we see him try to shoot into one more time underneath of Caleb Gilbert. He might have him there. Gilbert unable to rotate down. Oh, yeah. Alex Forget Berube wheeling this one down on through. Looked like he may have had to fight the steering wheel to keep it straight, but he looks like he's going to obtain 4th position over top of Caleb Gilbert, putting these guys once again where they originally started here to begin this race.
Doink.
Yeah, Caleb Gilbert, and he saw when the 19 had to check up. Remember, Alex Forget had to let those tires cool when he full sent it in there. When you're falling behind Robert Raider, that's got to get pretty annoying seeing that 53 Ford sitting in front of you yet again. And not saying it happens all the time to every driver out there, But when it comes time to capitalize and he just kind of walks on around you there for a little bit, maybe Raider will have his time, and then you can run him down a little bit later. But you've got to figure out how to outsmart Rob out there, because he's got a lot of things going on. His team's worked on a lot of things, trying to figure out how to get this car set up just right. Figure out, definitely on the brake biases, start figuring out how the tires start wearing in, and they collaborate between each other. There you go. There's one for my wife. See, I used the word collaborate, and then try to work it out. And I think that's why they come out here so consistently every week.
4 syllables. She's impressed. I'm sorry. But, well, yeah, it doesn't hurt that 3 of the 5 at this point are on the same team. That helps. That helps a lot. Whoop. And I spoke too soon because Tay just took it over.
Oof. Yeah, Tay not doing too bad here, but remember, Tay is still running on lap 66 pit. Right now, he's the highest one out of the 66 pitters that came down. Sitting 5th right now. Next person is down there with Kevin Orlando, who's sitting 9th. So these guys might be able to squeak out a little bit. I would probably say if a caution came down, we may see everybody pit again on schedule, on time, all at once. I probably wouldn't want to be a guy, even if I had an extra 30 laps of fuel, because I'm going to get kind of caught off guard with a set of old tires out there. You can't risk it. You've gotten the positions, you've used it to your advantage now on the tires at this point. You've got to put a fresh set on and fight back to the front. But Terry out there is telling you to bite your tongue.
What I do?
Well, now, my wife out there saying collaboration equals one.
Okay. I'll tell you though, Earhart's doing a lot better than I thought he would on those 2 tires for at least, well, okay. Yeah, I'm going to stop talking because as soon as I say something good about somebody, boom, there goes McDonald and there goes a caution.
Yeah. Well, here's the worst part. We got drivers down pit road right now. Nick Alves is hauling out a pit as fast as he can. Caleb Gilbert's sitting 24th. Michael Bennett is down here. He's down pit as well. Hopefully this does not put these guys down a lap. They've got to hurry up and get out of there quick, or they're going to be in trouble. But if you think about it, this is perfect if you think for Nick Alves. Everybody has to pit. He just pit.
So he can stay out.
Yes, so, I mean, like, just pit. So this is actually excellent. So as everybody comes down pit, we'll go over our order and the choose cone rule. But I want to see what happened to the number 1 Chevrolet out there. I think Matthew Robinson has been dealt a good, hefty bit of damage here on lap 108. Following along. Ooh, uh-oh.
Oh, dear me. Oh. That's not good. All right.
Who's in the 87? Is that Zach Hanna? Yeah, it's Zach.
Yes.
He kind of bulldozed through that last one there, didn't he?
He just said, I'm not hurt enough. I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, that was, so it looks like Schaefer might have gotten loose. Gets hammered here. Yeah, that's not a good area to be in. Trying to see if Logan Romney. Yeah, it's Logan Romney gets loose, and I think Travis Gilbert gets in the back of him. Sending Romney straight into the wall. Ricocheting back off. Grant Thorpe.
Oh.
Bro. Grant Thorpe locking it down, just trying to make it stop. A little insult to injury here.
This.
Hannah sending it through.
He did. The bulldoze remark is perfect description. People, stop hitting that.
Look at Devin Hudgens. Look out. Wow, Devin Hudgens almost rear ends him.
I think somebody rear-ended him.
All right, this is during the caution. They're spinning out. You see Caleb Gilbert entering his pit. Devin Hudgens coming around the corner.
See, and then boom.
Oh, Schaefer folds him a little bit. I can't blame Hudgens for that. You see the number one
No.
car rotating up, and it's like, oh man, where I was to get out of there, it was. Well, yeah, we'll see. I think Timmy Ray's out there. No.
No? Yes, no.
He said, oh, come on, Timmy. We can't groove the tires here, buddy.
No.
These are
No
slicks,
groove.
man. These are slicks. Used to be 10.5s, but they're slicks out there. We don't do any groove tires. That's all dirt, buddy. That's when you got to move things. No groove tires here. Robert Rader right now sitting in the lead, but remember, still choose cone rule. So I'm not going to call anything as of yet other than Rader will start in the lead. Tay McDonald looks like he'll be on the inside line. Trevor Earhart, he did take 4 tires. 4 tires and fuel, so Jeremy Burns, nobody decided to short pit this time. So 109, everybody gets back on cycle. Except a couple of other drivers. Nick Alves actually rejoined and came back down pit road. But it's showing he came down on lap 110. Yeah, that's a little.
I thought you said he had such an advantage he wasn't going to have to come down. He would have been at the front. Now he's sitting in 18th.
Yeah. I don't know if he saw the caution and maybe squirt back out of pit. I'm only showing his pit count being 2. He may have not sat in the box. He may have slung right back out. All right, let's get this one back underway. Rader has the lead. Earhart quickly moves to second. Both these drivers have moved up 15 positions. Tay McDonald looking to get a little more. He's moved up 3. Jeremy Burns has lost 3. And Tay McDonald, right now, James Loveland in the O2 has moved up 2. So far, so good. But we got a driver sliding on back here. I don't know if that's Daniel Holloway. It looks like something's happened.
Yeah, Holloway was loose. But everybody seemed to get around him without too much
That was
kerfuffle.
impressive. How he got out of that. How did he get out of that?
That is not a question I have an answer to.
Yeah, that was. I'm sorry, I'm kind of beside myself on that one.
No, we can only handle one of you.
How did Holloway not get hammered? Yeah, that was just.
Oh, what happened to Tay McDonald?
I'm trying to see what we got going on here. Tay McDonald is, unfortunately, looks like. What in the world is going on?
He lost 20 spaces.
Yeah, it's showing. It says he crashed. See if I can take a peek at what happened here. Tay McDonald, no. Doink.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, except the overheated tires and flat spotting now. That's not going to be good.
Touche.
Yuck. Tay McDonald finally resurrecting his race. Back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll have another mulligan here to try that again. Definitely having a lot of trouble out there. Let's see him slide back underneath again. And next person he'll be looking for is Michael Bennett. Michael Bennett sitting in the 48 Chevrolet. Boy, there are things happening all over this track. Looking where Devin Hudgens is, up 10 positions. So far, he is sitting in 15th. Good bit of work to do. And Stella, we're seeing Rader kind of taking off by half a second over top of Trevor Earhart here. Burns is still 1 second, 1 second behind, but Burns has yet to leave the top 10 all race. I think we might be seeing a solid finish out of him tonight.
Yeah, not his winning percentage, but definitely solid. But take a look at Loveland back up here, and surprisingly, Wayne Lowe.
Yeah, Wayne Lowe. Yeah, I agree. Taking a look at where Travis Gilbert is, I mean, he's back up to 8th. After you saw the little tussle, oh boy, man. Just as long as Gilbert again. All right, we're going to not talk about Travis Gilbert.
Talk.
You see him kind of tail whipping it there a little bit, trying to keep this car. I love it, though. Travis Gilbert is trying to wheel that thing, I mean, as absolutely fast as it'll let him go. He's definitely driving the tires off of it there. Justice Murphy drops down to 9th with that last pass. And that moves Trevor Keith. Trevor Keith now battling here for a top 10 position. Let's see if we can see if we can find Trevor Keith out there, the number 15 machine. Looks like he is staying solid and alive. Yeah.
You've got quite a bunch of fellas on the on screen tonight. That's nice to see.
Oh yeah.
On camera. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, looking at Trevor Keith there, it almost looked like he sighed there. He's like, this thing might be wearing him down.
And we had a spin out on pit road.
Have any idea who it was? Grant Turner?
Yes. Yes.
Oh boy. Grant Turner, huh? See if I can see what happened. Gotta see if somebody won the All About Barrels award.
Ah.
Oh, nope. Nudged it.
Nope. He's just backing in.
Hey, I give it to him rather than trying to spin it around back out there on the track, because what's the first thing you're going to think?
It's caution because he's going the reverse.
Nick Shell coming back down pit road. Boy, that's not good.
Yeah. Terry says it right. Nice mix of the usual suspects. That's my line. And some new guys in the top 10.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And we'll kind of, we'll see if we can get a little mix up here of guys who might still be out and on.
Here we go.
Let's see if we can get them. Yeah, there we go. They're all our guys.
Nice.
Look at Alice Forget.
I was looking at Burns. He was like on the
That dude
wheel.
Beating that wheel around.
Okay, huh? Oh, he's in the pits. I
Hi,
was
Grant.
like, how can you be so calm? You're sitting there tapping music on the wheel. Then I realized you're kind of waiting.
Definitely a bummer there. Yeah, also seeing diameter of wheels, things like that. But man, look at Alex Forget. We are keeping an eye on him there in the main screen. Dead
Oh.
center, and we're watching him kind of fight this wheel around. Trevor Earhart, I think he's trying to see if he can wait out Robert Rader here at the end. Definitely losing a good bit of ground already. 1 second off pace from Rader. Al's was having a fantastic night, sitting 20th now. 17 down from where he started.
Dang.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure why we... Maybe. I think he's probably kicking himself. If what happened is he came down pit road and didn't pit and took off because of the yellow flag was out, yeah, I bet you he's kicking himself now. He wished he hadn't have done that.
So on the VR is Mr. Hudgens?
Yes.
Like you were saying, looking at the difference in the wheel, I can see Burns' wheel and his wheel, and it looks, I mean, shockingly different.
Yes. Much larger diameter wheel. But nor here nor there. You can't say anything. These guys seem to be driving them just fine, no matter if it's the larger wheel or the smaller ones. They definitely seem to be definitely rocking it around here.
Absolutely. It's just I like to look and like you say, see what the differences are, what the same things are. You know, some gloves, some not gloves, some VR, some not VR. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Fortunately, we don't have Kevin Orlando out there on camera here tonight, as we see him trying to bump along there with Wayne Lowe. Looked like he may have had an area to go for it, but the Go for Broke Racing team with Kevin Orlando and Travis Gilbert here trying to get at it. Trevor Keith is sitting 10th, so there's another team that's kind of bunching together a little bit. 7th, 8th, and 10th. I believe we are looking for Tay McDonald, who fell all the way down to 16th, but is returning. I don't want to say fell all the way down to 16th. He is battling his way back up to the front, so not too shabby there. Working on that. But see, Justice Murphy, he's trying to work something here. Yeah, always keep an eye on that number 12. You know, he leans forward, you know, kind of when he races a little bit, but he's doing something. He's got something going on there, and he's trying to get the rest of his team to kind of work with him here. Or people, you know, are just trying to get something different. You know, hey, man, what are you doing to pick up a little speed? Hey, I'm losing, you know, 0.3 a lap. What are you coming up with? You know, and trying to see if maybe they can shift the brake bias around. How many guys are shifting not once but twice here on the track, you know, moving down to third. And it's just kind of, you know, different ideas of what these guys are doing. And that's kind of what you see as some of the team captains out there, and that's what they will do. as they'll come up with different ideas and help their team try to excel. But looks like accelerating is Kevin Orlando on the inside of Wayne Lowe. Wayne Lowe did have some connection issues earlier, but he's going to see if he can stay connected now on the outside line. Look at that turn rotation. Yeah. Right now, Wayne Lowe in the 34 Chevrolet trying to get something going here. Right now, best battle out here on the track as we speak. Raider is broken away by over a second and a half now, and Jeremy Burns is down by 4 seconds.
My, oh my.
Yeah, Raider opened it up here. That definitely shows you the qualifying time doesn't always mean everything.
Boy, that was close between Wayne Lowe and I think it's Travis Gilbert.
Yes.
He just basically, yeah. made me hold my breath.
Yeah. They're trying to see if they can shift it around. Travis Gilbert really sending it into the turns here. Wayne Lowe kind of getting caught up just a little bit. Do want to see if they can figure out how to get over Wayne Lowe. Wayne Lowe, part of the BDE Motorsports team, looking for Justice Murphy and Jacob Sarkovich. And there's another team. So we have 7th, 9th, and 11th for the BDE Motorsports out there. So guys still rocking on through here. Jacob Sarkovich down there in that 18th position. Well, 18 machine down in 10th position as he overtakes Trevor Keith here. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I like watching these teams starting to clump together. Something's changing out here on the track. Trevor Earhart trying to see if he can get hold of Rob. He might have to figure out if he can pit stop him here. I would probably guarantee Earhart's probably going to try to two-tire stop it again. He's got to figure out how to get out in front of Raider because Raider's pulling away.
I was going to say that I'm afraid that lead is getting larger as the laps go.
Man, look at that 21 machine rocking and rolling. James Loveland now up to 3rd. Boy, he's even got a giant Nick Alves on the hood.
That's just what I was going to say.
Man, that's a good looking paint scheme. Look at that.
He does have a very nice smile, you know.
Here we go. Look at this. Unbelievable. I knew I see that smile from somewhere. Let me see. Hold on a
I
second.
know where.
There it is.
Right there.
Oh, yeah. Let's see how Nick Alves is doing. Nick Alves sitting 17th now. Might be trying to turn it on here.
Moving up a little. He's got hibiscus on his shirt. What?
Oh. Jeez. All right.
What?
You couldn't say that. He's got to lay off the pizza. All right. Nick Alves here, rolling around there in 17th position, down 14. I'm not sure if the pit call is changing a couple of things. We'll talk about it later. It might become an inside joke here with the Racing Revolution League. They like poking fun at each other.
They're wonderful guys together. That is one thing about this league. It's not, after every race they're not fighting and yelling and protesting. I mean, they'll have a little quip to say to each other, but in the long run, they're all just having fun and they're buddies.
Yeah, I might agree with that. I know there are some races. Take a ride along here with Wayne Lowe as the All About Bugs comes up and almost gives him a little kiss right there, but no can do. Justice Murphy. You kind of see the seesaw in here. Boy, that's crazy. Looks like Wayne Lowe gets way out of shape here. Looks like I think Jacob Sarkovich is going to slide underneath him here. So the BDE team shuffling up a little bit, moving Wayne Lowe back. And on to the next. Right. Awesome. We are almost at lap 150. Stella, I think we're going to send this one on over to commercial. We'll be right back after a shout out from all our sponsors.
Okie dokie.
And so we had an issue at a plant about 2 weeks ago. It was a traditional municipal wastewater treatment plant. Tremendous foaming on top of the basins. And so me and our lead operator for the site got our heads together. We pulled some samples, did the analysis of those samples. We actually looked at the bugs from the system under a microscope so that we could see the type of bug that was actually growing in there. And what we found actually was that there were very few bugs growing in there. The higher life forms in particular had died off, and we had the single cell protozoa type of bacteria growing in there. So what that told us was we probably got hit with some kind of toxic shock at the facility. So we immediately changed the way we were operating the plant. We changed the return activated sludge rates, the wasting rates, and did a few other things around the facility to try to really buffer ourselves against whatever had happened, because it's too late, right? It's already in the plant. So we're trying to buffer ourselves against whatever that toxic event was, because if it just happened, yesterday, it's liable to happen again today. Usually these things go in like threes. And so it's taking real world experience, knowing that we not only needed to look at the analytical data that we were collecting at the time, but also looking at the bugs under the microscope, determining what's going on with the bug population in the aeration basins, and then taking that information, layering that together with the data we collected through analytical analysis, and coming up with a solution based on all that combined, which I think is a pretty unique approach to dealing with a problem like that at a facility.
It's no secret the real estate market can be a little tricky to figure out. In the Oklahoma City area, you need the experts at the Earhart Group to guide you. We're one of the top-rated real estate teams in all of Oklahoma. We can help you buy, sell, and invest in real estate. And we've got a dedicated farm and ranch division too. The Earhart Group, for all your Oklahoma real estate needs, and proud to be a sponsor of the Simtrax Racing broadcast.
For the finest in vinyl siding, rain gutters, overhangs, storm and replacement windows, even patios and decks, trust in the experts at Ultimate Siding and Gutters. In addition to being licensed and insured, our technicians are also friendly and courteous, performing hassle-free service and installation at affordable rates. Plus, we provide free estimates for commercial and residential structures. Our entire staff will exceed your expectations. For the ultimate in siding, gutters, and much more, call Ultimate Siding and Gutters today.
Alrighty, everybody, we are back. Appreciate you guys hanging out there for a shout out from our sponsors. Do want to give a shout out there for Chapman Environmental Services, of course. Definitely hanging out there with us and being the main sponsor of the league. Butt Kicker, Ultimate Siding and Gutters, Stella. We've got you. We've got the OS 14 Memorial 200 here. This is really wrapping up to be a pretty decent race, especially for Daniel Holloway being able to come back all the way from the very back of the pack, moving up 13 positions. We're taking a look at him now, sitting 14th with his Ford, but pit stops are going to start heating up here pretty soon. I'm waiting to see how many guys decide to come down. John Fike will be the first.
I was just going to say, there's one.
Yep, moving on through, looking to see where Brandon Dunford is. Dunford out there, trying to see how he can do with Mayhem Motorsports. He's doing a little bit better than Hudgens out there. Hudgens down there in 21st, but he's having a heck of a time. And really, you can't really determine how somebody races here and does really a great job, or if they're if they're terrible here, because this is short track racing, and that's where things really start to turn up for some drivers, or turn down. Some guys are faster than others, but it's definitely kind of a switch up here. But we're looking at Matthew Robinson trying to switch it up a little bit. Grant Thorpe working his way down, as well as Tay McDonald. Tay McDonald now coming back down pit, trying to see if he can get something going on. Michael Bennett, 48 Chevrolet, coming down pit. So guys starting to switch it up. So you're going to see some guys lap down, guys going laps up, and we'll see how this goes on. Ted Rekich out there, our race control out there in the chat. Appreciate you to all the viewers. Hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast on Simtrax with the Racing Revolution. Yes, we definitely love it here. I love the lack of cautions I'm seeing right now. But guys are getting ready to start slinging new tires on, so that may come to an end. Dunford and Trevor Keith will be our new drivers down pit road here. And Raider off by 3.5 seconds over the rest of the field here. Trevor Earhart may have to head back to the drawing board to see if he can come up with a win here at Richmond. And, you know, Richmond's got a little bit of history here. Stella, hit me with it.
Well, I mean, it started out in 1946, first of all, as a 1,000-acre multi-purpose facility. But the racing part on this track was it was a half-a-mile dirt track, and it ran that half-a-mile dirt track until 1968, when it was finally paved. But again, it was still a half-mile oval. In 1988 is when they finally reconfigured it to this 3/4 mile D shape. So I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, it's an oldie.
That it is. Couple top 10 drivers coming down. Alice Forget coming down. Jacob Sirkovich, Justice Murphy, Zach Hanna are down there working their way down with less than 40 laps to go. Terry Hudgens out there asking, how many cautions do we have? 5. Total of 6, but one of them was the stage break. That was at lap 35. So not too bad, seeing that our record last year here with the Racing Revolution was 10. So it was 10 last time. We're already at half that. And Riley, right now, this is awesome. Appreciate you out there, Jessica. We are trying our best out here, up here in the booth, to show you guys the best of what we got out there. Right now, Robert Raider still pulling away with this one. Let's see if we can get a quick peek. There's Raider entering one. There's Trevor. So seeing if he can pull on through, and James Loveland sitting right behind him. Jeremy Burns, who I thought might be our winner here of this race, may not be. Right now, he's sitting 4th. Wayne Lowe. Right now with a high position, sitting 5th, up 8 so far. Parker Johnston, he's up 17, but he is going to have to pit. Last time Parker came down was on lap 109.
Oh.
So that fuel is going to be
Vapors.
Yeah, he's going to be sucking fumes here pretty soon if he's not careful. Keep this going. Right now, I've got new guys on tires. I've got veterans out there on old tires. And right now, I can't wait to see if these guys can keep it clean and shuffle this field up. But speaking of shuffling, here we go. Trevor Earhart and James Loveland on their way down, and with 32 laps left to go. This should be a wild one still. I think there's still something to be had. Something's going to happen here. If, let's say, worst case scenario, if a caution does come out, the shuffling it's going to do for guys who are a lap down will make or break somebody's race here. So it has got to stay clean. Raider now coming down pit. That means Jeremy Burns will stay out and get a lead lap here, but he's battling next to a couple of lapped cars here. Where does Jeremy Burns end up? As you see, it looks like, I believe, Michael Bennett there on the bottom and Zach Hanna. Yes. Right now, they are on new tires, so right now, if you're Jeremy Burns, no sense in trying to run these guys down. It's not worth it. Go ahead and let them do their thing and let them drive around you. The key is not being in front of somebody who's so much faster than you. As we see right now, Travis Gilbert onto the bottom. Gilbert's going to slide on around, slide underneath Amir, and push on through. Perfect. So see, Jeremy Burns unscathed, continuing on to this one with 30 laps to go. Stella's still looking good here. Burns low. Gilbert Schaefer sitting 1, 2, 3, and 4, followed by Devin Hudgens, who's 5, but that may mix up here, seeing that the number 9 Ford, who started in first, is now heading down pit road. Now Wayne Lowe will actually lead a lap here tonight. And really great to see one of the drivers from the BDE Motorsports team getting a shot here at Richmond.
Yeah, it's also, you know, you were looking at in Mayhem Motorsports. They've had a rough time getting some team points because a lot of their members are away and not here frequently enough. Versus like an Element X Racing, where you've got Raider and Burns and Gilbert and Israel here every week. You know, that really does help as far as the standings go there.
Yeah, that it does. No issues out there on the track via Rex since lap 116. This is going great. That was the last time we saw Tay McDonald, unfortunately, spinning out and collecting the wall. Devin Hudgens working his way down pit. Wayne Lowe still out there. Caleb Gilbert's throwing in the towel. He's coming down. So Wayne Lowe still out in front right now. Yeah, look at everybody trying to floss around him there. That being Tay McDonald. And Alice Forget trying to, little kiss off the wall there. He may have caught a little bit of that draft and it slung him around just a little bit. Alice Forget is actually sitting in 10th. When Wayne Lowe does have to come down, which he last pit on lap 109. Chris Schaefer came in on 111. Travis Gilbert came on 155, so Travis Gilbert actually might have a heck of a opportunity here. Out in front, he's got about a second and a half in front of Robert Rader, but I don't know if Rader, having the tires about 13 laps fresher, will make the difference. So far, so good as we take a ride along here with Travis Gilbert looking back. You see right beyond the slurp machine, that is Rob.
Okay, he's still within shooting distance.
Oh, yeah. Definitely the striking distance is very, very close for a lot of these drivers to make up an opportunity. So here we go, almost 25 laps left to go. Wayne Lowe still leading this one. Very interested to see how long he can go. But I think he
coming down.
Just ran out of fuel. We'll see. Hold on. Are we accelerating? Yeah, he's accelerating. Something's wrong. Uh-oh. See him letting off the gas here.
Yes.
Boy, he cannot. There he goes. All right, Wayne Lowe down pit. That means Travis Gilbert will soon collect the lead here. Remember we were talking about a little pit strategy. Trevor Earhart did come down for a little strategy, 10.4 seconds. So he was able to reel in Rob, but not by much. He got off that 4-second mark and now is only hovering below 2. But unfortunately is having to take a good bit of beating on those tires that he had earlier in the stint. So a set of right sides there for Trevor Earhart. Trying to see if he can reel him in. James Loveland with an 11-second stop. Justice Murphy with his chance of a top 5 here tonight. He could really use it for the points run. As he sits 10th, he is locked in via a win. But he would like to move up and make sure he has a nice comfortable area heading into the playoffs a little farther than scraping on that edge of that line.
Oh yeah, because they start cutting off 4 people after every race, correct?
After every 3 races, they shave off 4.
Whoop. Okay.
Yeah, so they'll have to stake it out. So when you have somebody like Robert Raiders collecting all these stage points along with Jeremy Burns, these guys don't require a win to get to the next stage. They've already almost have enough points to sling themselves 3/4 of the way through the championship.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Welcome to consistency. So we're seeing this go on through. Justice Murphy definitely staying off the line more than he was last year. Somebody who is on the line is Jeffrey Israel. Not here tonight. He was 3 over the line. He will be losing that position here tonight. Parker Johnston is only 5 off the line with a good finish here tonight. He should move up as well as Dylan Smoot, but Smoot is not here tonight, so Smoot will be losing some position. And James Loveland, only 12 off the line, might be working himself into the playoffs on points. Now, he can't get in because he hasn't been here long enough on wins, but the consistency is kicking in, and James Loveland may have a chance to get back into the playoffs for another year, and this time doing it by points and points running. So Stella looking pretty good as James Loveland is sitting 4th here. All the drivers in the top 5 have gained at least 3 positions here tonight. Rader up 15, Travis Gilbert up 8, Trevor Earhart up 14. Loveland and Justice Murphy have moved both equally up 3. So not too bad, man. This is showing to be a fantastic race here tonight. I'm just interested, can it go green all the way to the end?
I personally would love to see that. I am kind of curious to see if Forget has enough laps to get back up there. He is in that second group, but it's about 6.5 seconds back. But I mean, after his display at Dover.
Oh no!
And we're bunching back up together.
Oh no, Christopher Schaefer.
And new tire spin. Or something else.
Yeah, it was kind of... It's an interesting turn of events. Let's take what happens to Schaefer. It shows him going off track, and then it says he comes back on the track, and then there's a wreck.
Yep, that qualifies as off. Speed.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah, weird, and this is where we caught him here.
But he comes back up. He doesn't go in pits.
All right, Stella.
Yes.
Pit road. Heating up. Raider the only one staying out.
He knows he can make it. Why come
Everybody
in?
slinging on an extra set of tires. Robert Raider will have tires on lap 168. Everybody will have them in the 180s. Right now, everybody's going to try to see if they can get Robert Raider as a sitting duck here. Trevor Earhart, 2 more tires back out. Now, I guarantee it's the side he didn't replace last time. Oh, yeah, Trevor Earhart now to second. James Loveland sitting third. Grant Thorpe back to a possible top 5 here. We'll see. Does he?
Oh.
No. Where is he? Sitting 6th now. He's speeding back up. I don't know if he's heading back down pit or if something happened here. He may have gotten the lucky dog around. Grant Thorpe's going to work his way down pit. Definitely, man, he's dealing with a lot of damage here. Got me all excited having to go around. So far, this will be his 9th time into the pit box.
Wow. Well, he's been bumped and bruised pretty well out there tonight.
A bunch of drivers are staying out. Definitely to try to get a lap back. Matthew Robinson back down pit. See if he can get back on it here. I think he's going to be down a lap. See what Grant Thorpe's doing, trying to fix that vehicle up. Parker Johnson here trying to figure out where everybody ends up here as this pit road stop has shuffled this entire field. I like the call here. Robert Raider came down on 168, and Trevor Earhart came down on 184.
That's a big. I mean, a lot of times we see 6 laps difference, but 20 laps difference.
Yeah, what I like is the only person to take 4 tires here, and the highest position is Travis Gilbert taking 4 tires. He's right now sitting 6th. Tay McDonald as well. He took 4 tires.
Which,
Alex
when they bunch
Forget
up,
took 4 tires, sitting 9th. Daniel Holloway with a 2-tire call. So so we got guys who were out there since lap 168. We've got guys on 2 tires, depending on which side, some left, some right. And we've got guys out there on 4 tires, and this is just in the top 10.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Biggest mover of the race is Daniel Holloway, the Candyman, with a lot of trouble out here.
In the top
keeping on
10?
this one. Yep. Yeah, Daniel Holloway did have some trouble back on lap 7, and he ended up in a caution on lap 65. Here we are with about 12 laps to go when we get back under green, and he's sitting in a top 10 shot, so not too bad. As the pace car lights are still on, looks like we're going to pass around one more time here. Drivers laps down. Wayne Lowe, Zach Hanna, Matthew Robinson, Devin Hudgens, Michael Bennett, and Caleb Gilbert are down a lap.
And Schaefer.
Yeah, Chris Schaefer is down, I believe, a couple more. He's down 2, and that brings Grant Turner down 6. So we're going to go around one more time. Pace car will head on off. A little confused here what's going on here in the backfield. I'm not sure if we're having some connection issues. Showing Caleb Gilbert had some problems. Zach Hanna had some problems here in the backfield. Yeah, it seems to be in that same area. Yeah, everybody just kind of shuffling through.
In the world?
I don't know. It's showing that Caleb Gilbert, Zach Hanna, and Grant Turner crashed back here. I'm not seeing any contact, but it might be 5. It might be kind of shuffling it up a little bit, getting going.
Yeah, you don't usually see somebody stop in the middle of the track. Like
All right, let's get this one back under green as the choose cone rule was extended for an extra lap via what race control is saying out there. And let's see if Trevor Earhart is going to allow those tires to heat up long enough to try to run Robert Raider down. He sends it in too hard, 1 and 2. That shuffles him out of 2nd position down to 4th. Now James Loveland looking to see if he can strike. He's sitting back holding this one on. Right now, right side tires for him. He's going to be holding on. Trevor Earhart is 3rd.
Oh.
Jeremy Burns 4th, and we're going to set them all right, re-rack them.
Correct.
Yeah, so I was saying earlier about that choose cone rule, Stella, as we're kind of looking at it here, is for short tracks, the choose cone lap is too short to have the field catch up, so we extend it one extra lap to give everybody a fair restart, and really, that's thinking ahead. I like that. That's a good idea.
Okay. I just couldn't quite figure out why they were stopped in the middle of the track, but perhaps they couldn't get down to choose the inside lane because of traffic?
Some guys can't make up their mind once they got there.
Oh.
Let's see what happened to Caleb Gilbert here. See if I ain't caution.
Had a little wall rub.
I was looking to see what our caution is here and what's happened. Not seeing anybody spun out or turned around. And I'll assume Logan Romney's been down pit since 133. Grant Turner here in the back. Schaefer, I'm not seeing anything that may have caused any sort of caution here.
You're saying they're 3 wide. Maybe it's there.
Well, we got a little bit of piece of information from one of the drivers who is sitting down pit, Logan Romney. He's saying the caution is for people lagging on the back on the restart. Let's see if we can get this one going again. Now that's going to really shuffle it up. Trevor Earhart might actually have another shot here. It might be a possibility. Alv's still bumbling back there trying to look for a top 10. Alv's having some trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Alves looks like he slips. He's going to hit the inside wall. So Performance Motorsports team looking to be down and out. Trevor Earhart, you got to make up half a second here to run him down. Jeremy Burns is on the outside. Loveland sitting third. 7 to go. Right now, Justice Murphy's still trying to hold on to a top 5, but he's got a bunch of piranhas behind him. Travis Gilbert, remember, is on 4 tires, and Justice Murphy has to figure out how to keep that 22 machine behind him. Right now, still rolling on through this one. Earhart losing distance. James Loveland, do we have a tangle up here in the back? Right now, it looks like Tay McDonald is down into the grass again. Trevor Keith
no caution.
is sideways. Oh no, another driver sideways. I think that's Fike.
That's Fike, yeah.
Yep, that's Fike around.
Now we have a caution.
Grant Thorpe, I think Alves may be tangled up in something. Back up to 14th for him. Caution.
Yeah, so much for that give and take. I think we're just back to the take.
Well.
But after, I keep watching Forget after Dover, and I can't count him out yet, even though he's in 6th. But we shall see. I mean, because that puts him up in the 3rd row.
Did you see it too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw. I was trying to figure out what happened.
What?
Take a look. It looks like the 14 machine avoids it here.
Yes.
Connects with Fike, but it looks like everything's a-okay right here.
No.
Boom.
Boink. Yes.
Hopefully he hasn't broken a toe link there. That was a heck of a shot to the wall.
Doesn't look like it. Still cooking.
He's still got some damage. All right, so seeing what we've been seeing here, Stella. 2-tire call. Was it the right call for some of these drivers out here?
I don't know. Are they the ones in the wrecks?
Well, Travis Gilbert is still trying to get a little going here. Right now, I'm showing him down pit. And he was one of our highest guys out there. Not sure if something happened to Travis Gilbert after the fact. Yep. There's our yellow.
Yeah.
As guys are sliding around, yeah, he was our 2nd guy. Going to get tangled up. He was on 4 tires.
Really?
So now the highest guy who's on 4 tires is the number 19 Toyota of Alex Forget.
Okay.
So he's going to have to use them wisely.
And he will. I don't know if anybody in front is going to give him any room, but if they don't, he may still take it.
Yeah, well, somebody who's trying to take it is the win for Robert Rader. He's kind of sitting back on this one. He kind of thinking he might want to finish this one off here. It almost seems sandbagged a little bit, if I do say so.
No.
Well, you kind of think he would have it here. This race should have been squared off and complete. But unfortunately, it is not. Looks like we're going to have to hang out for a little bit longer on this run. These guys were kicking butt most of this race. The 53 machine here of Robert Rader is going to have to get to another fantastic restart to get out front. This may be our first green-white checkered here. The pace car lights are still on. Going to give it another round.
Boy,
I wonder if he's nervous. I wonder if he's nervous. If he does win this, I've got to ask, I know he's going to make it on fuel. And he did take 4 tires back there on lap 168.
But 168?
Yeah. And he's got to get the restart, and he's got to get around at least twice here. But everybody behind him, at least for 2 more rows, has only taken 2 tires. You see the 19 on the inside of the row. He's the only one on 4.
Yeah. Loveland needs this win to get in, not on wins but on points. Jeremy Burns, he's already up there. I mean, in second place. Forget needs this win. He's in 14th, but only on points. So there's going to be some pushing.
All right, well, time to see guys pushing now. Robert Rader pushing on the gas, trying to get away. Trevor Earhart is second. Loveland still on the inside here. Justice Murphy trying to get a little hungry, more than 5th. Look, already has a 4th shot, but can he get down in front of Jeremy Burns? No can do. Alex Forget trying to find some room here as they should be coming to the white flag this time by. Not too bad for Robert Rader. Leading here at the OS 14 Memorial 200. Still continuing on. What happens now? White flag is out. If I'm Justice Murphy right now, I wish I had a force field around me because this is normally when he gets in trouble. Loveland batting side by side here with Trevor Earhart. Going for the win is Robert Rader here. Not too bad from the 53 Ford Chapman Environmental Services machine to the win. Trevor Earhart gets the battle for second there. It's so very close. Only beats him by about 60 thousandths of a second, and James Loveland sits third. Justice Murphy, not too bad. It moves a little more than 5th, gets 4th, and Jeremy Burns, 5th position. Not too bad. Everybody separates about a little bit, and they've got to be thinking, Robert Rader deciding not to come down. Gutsy move, but takes a fantastic win here tonight, and he's got to be blown away by how he did it.
Oh, I thought Jeremy was fixed to hit the barrels. So came in a little late to that pit lane.
Alrighty.
Awesome.
Yep, not too bad as the top 3 get lined up here.
Well, this isn't Robert Rader's first win by any stretch of the imagination, but we do have 2 Cup cars that, or I should say Cup drivers that did make their first win at Richmond. One in 1999, that'd be Tony Stewart. The other one, Casey Kane in 2005.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And he's doing a...
Come on.
I'm not allowed.
Polish lap.
A Polish lap.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why? I'm confused.
I thought it might have been not PC.
No, that's a Polish lap. We're fine.
Okay.
All right. Robert Rader going ahead and getting his lap around the track here. He did definitely put over 200 of them going in one direction. Might as well wind the odometer back and go the other way. Guys, hold on just a moment. We'll try to reel these guys in and see what they got going on. All right, everybody, we have caught up with our third place finisher, James Loveland. You have been teetering on the outside of the points, and this may sling you on through. Third place finish here at Richmond. Is this where you thought you were going to be?
That's what I was planning on, and sure enough, it happened. So I can't be happier. Wish I got a little more stage points. Was struggling at the beginning of the run, but man, yeah, I started to find speed later in the run, and yeah, just happy to get a top 3. Didn't want to push it too hard at the end there and lose a lot of spots for no reason. So I'll take it.
All right, you had a top 10 start here tonight, and it definitely paid off. Definitely, what was kind of some of the pit strategies here right toward the end? Is you had a 10-second pit stop time on your 4th time in on 184.
Yeah, we were kind of thinking about it, Trevor and I, during that green flag run to see what we were gonna do, and he's like, "I'm set on 2 tires," and I was iffy, and I decided to do it, and sure enough, I slid through my box a little bit, so cost me a little time, but no, I don't think it was that far off. I think it was just a strategy to keep ourselves out front and potentially pass Rob, but he was just so fast tonight. He had a solid run, so congrats to him.
All right, anything you would undo about this race to increase your chances at the win?
Maybe figure it out a little more in the start of the run. I probably could have been up in the lead towards the second half if I just drove a little better in the start of the run. I just managed to figure it out after the stage, and unfortunately, Rob and Trevor were already ahead of me by then, so I just had to play catch up. But you know what? I'll take it. I just needed a solid points night.
All right, last question before we get your shout-outs. Nick's face on the car.
Yeah, so he's been talking a lot of smack about me lately, so we've been going back and forth. So I decided this weekend to take the time to make a little funny scheme. So, shout out to Nick there. He owes me sponsorship money though, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it's just a little joke just for this week, just for fun. So.
Well, maybe he maybe you owe him money for sponsorship because you're using his face without permission.
No, he owes me. So.
I think he scraped his face along the wall a couple times.
Yeah, left it for you.
I got him his first top 3 at Richmond, so.
Oh. Heard that.
Yeah.
Heard that. Here we go.
And the smack continues.
Yeah, and then we'll say Nick Alves with a 14th place finish tonight. And James Loveland, congratulations on top 3, man. Give me shout-outs.
Yeah, shout out to you guys at the broadcast, as always. Shout out to the league. Man, this was definitely a better race tonight. We're improving, so fortunately the last 2 weeks are pretty rough, but man, definitely a better race. Enjoyed those green flag runs. Shout out to my team. We had a pretty solid run. Some had unfortunate finishes, and but it is what it is. And shout out to Rob for the win. That was a great run, and shout out to Nick. He's a great guy. So I'm just messing with him. We're having fun.
He knows it. James, hopefully we see you in Michigan.
All right, guys. See you.
All right, that's going to do it there for James Loveland, moving us to Trevor Earhart. We've talked to him multiple times. We're going to talk to him again.
Yep.
Let's see if we can find out about the number 21 machine tonight. He had a heck of a run, but I'm guaranteed he's probably scratching his mind here a couple of times. What could you have done different here, Trevor?
Not overdrive the car. Trying to be aggressive there. We were on 2 tires. That second to last restart, I cleared my teammate Loveland and just overdrove it coming around the racetrack, and that's not advantageous to winning. So I'm not too upset with the second place. I felt like Rob definitely was faster than me pretty much all night long, especially on the long run. I felt like he and I pretty much were the 2 fastest cars on the long run. I know guys came and went, but in terms of being consistent and not trying to throw ourselves to the inside wall every 5 or so laps, I felt like we were the 2 best cars out there. So it's nice to finally get a good result when I feel like we've had the speed and then just been caught up in some unfortunate incidents. It's nice to finally get all the way to the end of one.
Yeah, well, it was definitely tough. I mean, I know the 2 tire calls here all night. Would you take it back at any point? You did take 2 tires and move up a substantial amount of positions, but would you ever go back and say, man, maybe if I took 4, I'd have had him?
No, I'd do it all over again. Wouldn't change my mind. I lost this race back in the spring to 2 tires. I gotta fix my qualifying effort because that was just poor effort on my part, put me back there. And I took the 2 tires and we got all the way to lap 105, got that caution. We all came down pit road. I took 4 on that pit stop, but I looked and my left side tires weren't bad. They were in the 80s. And at that point, I made the call. We were under 100 laps to go. I was like, I'm not taking left side tires again for the rest of the race. There's no point. The green flag pit stop we took 2 got to Rob's bumper, but I knew he was going to be quicker than me. I just wanted to close the gap just in case something were to happen, maybe some lap traffic, and see if we had a shot there. And then that final pit stop, I think if we took 4, we're somewhere back there in the lower half of the top 10, and I just didn't want to give that up. So overall, I'm happy with the decisions. I know Leveland, my teammate, was on the same strategy. He comes home 3rd. So all in all, for the 2 of us, it was a pretty good night. I know Parker and Schaefer had their issues there toward the end of the race. So hopefully next week at Michigan, we can, as a team, have a pretty good race. It seems like 2 of us do really well. 2 of us have rough nights. So hopefully next week we can turn it into all 4 of us having a good night here at TSR.
Oh, yeah. I guarantee you would like to see all 4 of you with a top 10, seeing that your team is all together, one piece. Normally you've been flying with a few part-time drivers for the majority of this season.
Yeah, I mean, it was Leveland being gone the first part of the season. Was a little rough, but we're all back full time, and it's nice to have the 4 of us in the call together, bouncing pit strategy off one another. I know Parker was trying to get on our strategy there. Schaefer, I give Schaefer credit. He pulls some of the strangest strategies and somehow gets up front. And he was hoping for a late race caution there on that green flag run, didn't get it. And then I think he had some internet issues there at the end that kind of disconnected him before the finish of the race. But I think Michigan's going to be a good track for us as a team. And then obviously we got Daytona to end the season out, where I think the 4 of us can really work together and go up there and give those guys some grief.
All right. Well, I can't wait to see what you got for us at Michigan. Trevor, shout out time.
Oh, shout out to you and Stella and everybody at Simtrex as always for the great broadcasts. All our sponsors, Chapman Environmental Services, Ultimate Siding and Gutters, Butt Kicker, and all those guys that help us put this on every week. All the admins, everybody in the league. I got to say, the last 2 weeks were a little rough in terms of the racing product put out on track. This week, we were optimistic coming into a short track, but I got to say it was greatly improved. We got some long runs in there. Hopefully everybody had some fun out there. I know there toward the end, it got a little wild, but hey, that's short track racing with 5 to go. Things are going to happen. So, but shout out to everybody this week for putting on a good performance. I got to shout out my teammates as always. They're Schaefer, Parker, Leveland. They're great people to hang out with on Wednesdays and Tuesdays. And hopefully we can just get the finishes. I know those guys. I know especially Parker and Schaefer. They got more speed than the finishes are showing. Shout out to the OSR Foundation and Parker for sponsoring this race. They've been on the side of the car, of my car for the season. They've been on Parker's car all season long, and the great cause that they support and the legacy that they try to carry on day in, day out. Shout out to those guys over there. My parents, as always, for tuning in, my mom and my dad. My grandmother, my grandfather, nephew, sister, brother-in-law, I know they're all cheering. My phone's been blowing up. They're going, finally, you had a good finish. So, guys, we're here. I love you guys. I finally get to talk to y'all in an interview. So thank you all for tuning in. Glad we got to put on a show for y'all. And Black Rifle Coffee for being on the car, the Earhart Group, and I think that's about everybody. Oh, and I guess I'll give Rob a shout out for winning the race. I guess he kind of deserves one, but nobody likes Rob anyway. So I'll let y'all go be boring, be bored talking to him. So it is what it is.
Well, I guess his face will be on your car next week.
Darlington, stay tuned.
There we go. Ooh. I like where this is going. I like where this is going. Trevor Earhart, you are 3rd in points, and this will keep that march going forward. Congratulations on the 2nd place finish.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Yep. All right, that is Trevor Earhart. Great job there by Trevor. And now we moved to our race winner, Robert Rader. And he definitely showed up here. He had this thing on a roll and put this thing exactly where he needed it to be. And able to square this on off. Now, Stella, I've got a question. Was this the right call? Did he make good positions? Was it the right move? He's going to say yes, of course. So let's go ahead and talk to our race winner here of the OS 14 Memorial 200, Robert Rader. let's go ahead and let the cat out of the bag here. You now tie Jeremy Burns, and that's an unusual one. You know, you tie Jeremy Burns for the most wins here so far, or tied for the wins this season at 4. Talk to me about it.
Well, we could probably have some more that I threw away too. So I'm pretty happy to be where I'm at this point. To be honest with you, this track is just a lot of fun, and I'm always really fast here, so I was really looking forward to that. And knew we had a good shot today, so glad that it worked out after I threw qualifying away and started 16th, I think, which is about as bad as that can get, I think. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. And to do the memorial race here, and big shout out to the Big O Foundation.org. You can go there to donate to a really good cause, which I plan to do after this race myself. So definitely check them out at the BigOFoundation.org.
All right, Rob. I know being team leader here, I've got to ask, what happened to our buddy Caleb Gilbert here at the end? You guys were rolling top 5 all night.
Yeah, I haven't had an opportunity to go back and see it yet, but I guess Trevor just ran Caleb over in the pits, and then he had to get resituated, and by the time he got his tires changed, he was a lap down. So Trevor Earhart's fault, I guess. I don't know. Haven't gone back to look, but I have no problem throwing him under the bus, even with no information. So we'll just do that.
Man, I like this. The two of you guys going at it up here in the booth. I mean, when you guys are 1 and 2, the both of you. It almost seems it's all for fun, but it always seems like there's a little bad blood between the two of you guys. When it comes super speedways, short tracks, or 1.5 miles, it just doesn't seem to be any wiggle room between the two of you guys. And now with you picking up on the road courses, it just seems the playing field's starting to get more and more level here of who's going to be dominating here at the end of the season.
It's a good time to start winning races, that's for sure. The whole EXR team's been really good. Last handful of races, I think we've won 6 out of the last 7 races or something as a team, which is really good. Anytime we keep Trevor out of victory lane's good. So team's doing a great job. And yeah, we do have a lot of fun giving each other crap, but there's a lot of respect there. I'm sure we'll end up wrecking each other at some point, though, but that's just part of the game.
Oh, man, you guys totally nailed each other at Phoenix, and you not taking home a 3rd season win. Boy, I don't know how that's going to go. that could be really ugly heading into that. But we head into Michigan next week, and Caleb Gilbert has been pretty strong at that track. What are you guys doing to kind of either keep up with him or kind of take kind of a couple pages out of his book?
Well, honestly, I kind of hadn't even thought about Michigan yet at this point. So I'll have to start thinking about what the plan is there. I know you're not going to want to get caught on the bottom on corner exit on these restarts. So, it should be a pretty wild one. We'll have a lot of guys in the mix there, and we'll be using a whole lot of track there with the way the dirty air is. So it should be a really good broadcast, and a little bit of luck will probably be necessary to have a chance at winning that one. And you'll need your team to work with you and help push you at times. So I'm glad I have the best team in the league to assist there, because that'll be a big advantage for sure.
Oh, yeah. I definitely found a lot of success high line there at Michigan. Man, this was a great race for you here tonight, man. I can't I can't wait to see what the Element X Racing team has for us in the next coming weeks. Give me your shout-outs here.
Yeah, thanks, Patrick. A big shout-out to Simtrax Broadcasting, as always. You do an awesome job. Really appreciate you and Stella for everything that you guys do. Already shouted them out, but every sponsor that we have is important for us to be able to put on all this. But the one today is especially special to a lot of the guys who are here, and especially Parker Johnston. So big shout out to the BigOFoundation.org. Go there, donate something in order to help out. It's a great cause. It's please, if you can, go there and do something. And obviously Chapman Environmental Services sponsor the team and the car and the league. Great they put them in victory lane and butt kicker, ultimate siding and gutters. I think that covers most of them. So I'll fade off into the sunset. Patrick, you can talk about how great I was, and I'll go away now. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. Congratulations.
Thanks.
We'll check you out of Michigan.
Thank you.
Yep.
I love these guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, He says fade out into the sunset. We won't bring up his brand new racing rig I think he's toying around with here tonight. Definitely paid off for him at the end. But, yeah. See, I had to bring that up. I know he's going to be in my ear about that one, but that's A-okay. But we had a fantastic run here tonight. Let's see if I can find any kind of maybe some of your favorite drivers, where they ended up here tonight. All right, as we get to the end. Hey, Kevin Orlando, not too bad there with an 8th place finish, up 12. Both Rader and Earhart were up 15. Biggest mover of the race was Daniel Holloway, 9th position. He gained 18.
Top 10 after all those. Oh,
yeah.
my.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Brandon Dunford sitting 10th. Yeah, Jacob Surkovich up 8, sitting 7th. Man. Nick Alves, though, hating to see that, 14th. Down 11. Caleb Gilbert down 12. And we'll let them review over what happened down pit. I'm not sure what Rob's talking about there with Caleb, but that may be a questionable offense if something did happen down there. But that's going to definitely get some guys get kind of prickled up there and see how it goes. All right, Stella, that's going to do it for us tonight. Kind of we head into Michigan. What's your final thoughts here?
Well, my thoughts are always thank you to the viewers. I mean, we've got Terry and Fletcher and Debbie and Timmy Ray out there making, making your comments, making us laugh. We really do appreciate it. And Mike Johnston popping in there at the end, also saying we had a great broadcast, and I'm glad that we pleased you.
Oh, yeah, and wanted to give a shout out there for Ted Rekich as well, that has been out there and doing a wonderful RC job. This league absolutely needs it. Somebody who's a little more unbiased. Really appreciate him being out there up in the spotter booth. But that's going to do it for us here in the broadcast booth. Patrick Morrison signing off here with Stellar Stella. All right, see you guys at Michigan. Be well, be safe, be kind, and I'll see you then.
Thank you.